Hello everybody, welcome to You Can Do Math, and today we are going to factor trinomials when the leading coefficient is greater than 1. I'm excited, so let's get started. All right everybody, we have two examples in today's video of factoring trinomials where the leading coefficient is greater than 1. So let's go ahead and just get started looking at example 1. I want you to notice that leading coefficient is a 4. Cool. But what I also want you to see is, can all of the terms be divided by that 4? They can. So if they can, I always recommend do it. Divide them all by 4. So that is going to give us x squared minus 5x plus 4. From there, we are going to draw our two parentheses. X times x gives us x squared. And for 4, we'll list off the factors. 2 times 2, 4 times 1, and we need a negative 5x for our middle term. So I'm going to choose 4 and 1 because when I add 4 and 1, I can get 5, but I'm going to make them both negative, negative 4 and a negative 1. Now, super important, this 4 that we divided in the beginning, it must go down in front of our answer. So that is our factored form, which looks kind of ugly. I feel like I should rewrite it kind of pretty. Okay, now we're on to example number 2, and it's the last example. Take a look at that leading coefficient. It's a 5. Can we divide all those terms by 5 evenly? No. Okay, so there are lots of different ways to factor. This is a strategy, it's my go-to that I like, that I'm going to share with you today. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the first term by the last term. So 5 times negative 4, and that gives me a negative 20. Then from there, I am going to write down all the factors of negative 20. So, or as many that I need to until I get to a sum or a difference with 8. So I have 10 and 2, and 4 and 5 that we just used. And I'm going to stop just because 10 and 2 will get me to 8. And I need to subtract them, and I have a positive 10, which means this 2 must be negative, because 10 minus 2 will give me a positive 8, and that's what I need for my middle term. So after you found those two factors that work, then the next step is I want you to draw the box. And the first term goes in the first box. 5x squared. And the last term, that negative 4, that goes in this last box right here. And the two that we found, that 10 and the negative 2, those are going to go in the diagonals. So 10, negative 2, and it doesn't matter which one. You could put the 10 on the top and the 2 on the bottom. It doesn't matter. But what does matter is they need to have the x's with it, because we need an 8x. So don't forget about your x's, even though we wish we could, but we can't. So they're there. So write them down. All right, so this next part is the most confusing, I think, but I believe in you. I think you got this, right? So if you take a look at this column right here, a 5x squared and a 10x, I want you to think, what is the greatest number, the greatest common number that you can divide both of these two by? I can divide them both by 5. Is that the greatest common factor that they have? Yeah, I can divide them both by 5. There's no other number larger than that. And then they at least have one x, so I can divide them both by an x as well. So that's what's going to go on the top above that column, is a 5 and an x, because you can divide both of them by a 5x. Now going to the next column over, the negative 2x and the negative 4, I can divide both of those two numbers by negative 2. That is my greatest number that I can divide them. Now, I want you to shift your eyes going across here. What is the largest number that you can divide both of these two evenly? Just an x. And when you start to do this, I want you mentally to look at whenever you're putting our terms on the outside of the box, I want you to kind of go, oh, 5x times x does give me 5x squared. So I did set that one up correctly. Now do x times -2. -2x, perfect. So coming down for our last term that we need to write, we have a 10x and a -4. The greatest number I can divide both of those two evenly would be a 2. And let's see if that works when we are multiplying. 5x times a 2 does give me a 10x here, and 2 times a -2 is a -4, which means this is definitely a +2 for our sign. And then there we have it. It is now the factored form, 5x minus 2 times that quantity of x plus 2, and we are done. All right, guys, I'm super excited and happy that I get to make these videos, and hopefully that you'll like and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, guys, I just wanted to share this with you because I love it and I'm a nerd. Look at this shirt. Like, do you see that? Old school. Foil, old school. Do you see that? Do you see how cool it is? Because everyone is doing all these different ways to multiply binomials, and this is legit like cool old school, and I just love this shirt so much, so I just had to share it with you because it's my favorite. Okay, that's it. Bye.